I was wondering if you could come here and tell me just why does you miss Dan so damn much?
Why do I miss Dan?
And Rippy, you were just saying moments like those. And you know, for this festival, for a lot of this festival, we've been talking about Dan, you know. Well, and we've been talking about hair, curly, straight, and you know, with Dan just having recently dreaded his hair, you know, we're talking about moments like these. What does that mean to you? I mean, you were just struggling, how do I wear my hair? How does it make me look? How do you feel about Dan dreadlocking his hair?
Well, I think Dan dreadlocking his hair is a very interesting choice. I certainly find it very funky, you know, a little living on the edge, living on the wild side. But I say, whatever you want to do with your hair, you should be allowed to do it, and be allowed to embrace it. And so, Dan, I applaud your dress.
I think that's part of why we miss him, don't you?
I think so. Mm-hmm. We miss judging Dan.
Aren't you, Mary?
Who's Dan?
Oh, yeah. What do you mean, who's Dan?
Who's Dan? So it's kind of fun.
So, Nick, I hate to catch you while you're in the midst of a scene change. I understand you're just going on stage as an understudy. Obviously, you're doing some sort of urban. What play are you in right now?
Going on?
Yeah, you didn't know that? They didn't let you know? They called to tell me.
No.
And I was supposed to relay it on to you. I didn't do that? Did I forget? Did I forget you guys?
You're screwing me.
forgot.
I'm not going on.
So
right now?
yeah. I must have forgotten. I'm sorry. So this kind of reminds me, you know, before though, I mean, I think,
go.
No, your cue is like 5 minutes. Don't sweat it. But you know, I understand that
What's going on?
that you and Dan go way back, right?
Dan Munson? Oh, Dan.
Dan! Dan Munson. What the hell,
Munson.
Eva? I know.
Like,
You know, Dan.
aliases, Dan.
Dan, yeah, Dan, dreadlocks, Dan.
The hottie.
Yes, that would be that Dan.
Don't tell his wife this. Well, he brings out the best in all of us.
Yeah. Now, where'd you first meet him? Dan, yeah. Everybody, come on, Ricardo. I know, perhaps, your past is somewhat awkward, but everybody is missing him. He's not here this summer.
You know, I mean, summer's just not the same without Dan here. I don't have anyone to walk the lake with anymore. All of those picnics that we used to share, especially that one, you remember, Dan, July 2nd, getting ready for the 4th, that sandwich that we shared. Oh man, I'll never forget that PB&J. What can I say, the summer's just not the same without Dan.
And it's kind of hard on all of us, and I was just wondering, maybe you could tell me, hey, why you missing him? Maybe something you remember about him.
I almost forgot him completely. You know, but
That's hard to do with Dan.
you're jogging my memory.
Yeah. Tell me why it is that you so miss Dan this summer,
Oh, Dan.
and the memories you have of him.
Dan, how come you didn't call me when you made it into town? I was pretty ticked off. I was at home doing nothing, as usual, as what does, as you would know, because we've talked about it on length. Do you remember the 1988 Olympics and the way we talked about how the team really needs to come? Well, that's what we need today. That's what we need today, Dan. And I need you here, helping me this power way. Nice straight shot down the fairway. Someone needs to chip in here.
I mean, the whole dreadlock thing.
All right, yeah. Well, you know, it's a Rasta. He was in the reggae phase, you know.
Rasta Dan. I mean, that's where we're going.
Pretty much.
I am, yes. For Dan. Lauren?
Sorry, I
Hey,
knew
Dan.
that.
Yes.
For Dan.
Yeah, for Dan. I know we all miss him.
I miss Dan.
You do? Are you still pissed off about the bad haircut that he gave you?
I'm pissed off about the bad haircut, the bad dye job, and you know what else?
No, do tell.
I heard that Dan punched a whale in the face. That's true, I saw it. Oh.
Angela, I understand he was your ballet instructor.
Yeah, he was.
Mhm.
Like 5 years, I think. like junior high through the end of high school.
And is almost directly responsible for that role in Nutcracker.
Yeah, actually, I'm so grateful because
You know, with him not being here this summer, what's something you remember from the past productions that you guys were parts of when he was here?
well, I do
Give me your favorite memory.
My favorite memory is last year during Mackers when Dan entered stage left and took off all of his clothes and then streaked across.
He did that?
Yeah.
He always does that.
I know, but that wasn't the first time.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That's
Stop
why Lady M was like going crazy. Yeah. It wasn't because of anything else.
Did he get a standing O?
Yeah. Well, we got.
Well, standing
Oh!
I know, and like Lady M was like, out, out, damn spot. That's what everybody thought she said, but she was actually saying, out, out, damn stop.
What did he do? What else did he do?
What else did Dan do?
What else did Dan do?
I can't see.
What didn't Dan do? That's the question.
Well, you've probably seen my footage already, or you're about